I'm 71 years old, and I need to tell you something that most men take to their grave. I was a drug dealer. For 23 years, I sold poison to my own community. And for 15 of those years, I was using the same poison I sold. I'm not here to make excuses. There are no excuses. I'm here because my son is sitting next to me right now. He's 41 years old. And when he was 17, he watched his father die on a bathroom floor. I was dead for 38 seconds, and what brought me back wasn't the paramedics. It was hearing my son's voice screaming my name. Let me take you back, because you need to understand how a man ends up selling death to his neighbors. I grew up in Detroit, 1950s, 60s. My father worked 2 jobs and still couldn't keep the lights on. My mother cleaned houses for white families across town. Good people, hard-working people, and we had nothing. But I watched my father come home, exhausted every night. Watched him break his back for pennies. Watched the way people looked at him, like he was invisible, like he didn't matter. When I was 14, I saw a man on my block. Gold chain, nice car. People moved out of his way when he walked. People said his name with respect, with fear. Moy. I didn't want the gold. I didn't want the car. I wanted people to see me. It was wrong to think this way, but I was a kid. I didn't know anything else. I started running packages when I was 16. Small deliveries for older guys. I told myself I was just making a little money, helping my mother with bills. By 21, I had my own corner. By 25, I had my own crew. By 30, I was making more money in a week than my father made in a year. I bought my mother a new house, paid off her debts. She never asked where the money came from. I think she knew. I think she chose not to know. That's what this life does. It makes everyone around you a little bit blind, because the truth is too heavy to look at. I told myself I was a businessman. I told myself I was providing for my family. I told myself the people buying from me would buy from someone else anyway. I was just meeting a demand. Every lie sounds like truth when you repeat it enough times. I met Denise when I was 27. Most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. Smart, strong, the kind of woman who could see through walls. She knew what I did. I won't pretend she didn't, but I made her promises. I told her I was getting out. 5 more years, I said. Just enough to set us up right. Then I'm done. She believed me, or she wanted to believe me. Maybe that's the same thing. 5 years turned into 10. 10 turned into 15. And every year I had a new reason. Just one more score. Just a little more saved. Just until things calmed down. Things never calmed down. That's another lie I told myself. Our son Marcus was born in 1984. I remember holding him in the hospital. This tiny perfect thing. 10 fingers, 10 toes, eyes that looked up at me like I was everything. And I thought, this is it. This is my reason to stop. I need to be better for him. I meant it. In that moment, holding my son, I meant every word. But meaning something and doing something are different things. I went back to work 3 days later. I kept selling, I kept building. I told myself I was doing it for him now, for his future. Another lie? The lies never stop, they just change shape. Marcus grew up in a nice house, in a nice neighborhood, good schools, clean clothes, everything I didn't have as a kid. But he didn't have a father, not really. They would have fought. I was there, but I wasn't present. I came home late, left early, missed his games, missed his birthdays, missed the moments that you can't get back. Denise raised him. She did everything. And when he asked where Daddy was, she made excuses for me, covered for me, lied for him, so he wouldn't know the truth about his father. I let her carry that weight. I let her protect him from me because I was too weak to change, too scared to stop, too deep in to find my way out. The using started when I was 35. Just a little something to take the edge off. You have to understand, this life, it eats at you. The stress of watching your back every second, wondering if today's the day someone shoots you, or the police kick down your door, or one of your own crew decides you're a problem. I couldn't sleep, couldn't relax, couldn't turn my mind off. So I tried what I was selling. Just once, I told myself, just to see what the fuss was about. That's how it starts. Just once. Just to try, just this one time. There's no such thing as one time. Within a year, I was using every day the same poison I sold to mothers and fathers and kids on the corner. I put it in my own body, and I kept selling it to others. I was a hypocrite, a coward, a man who destroyed his community while pretending to be a businessman. Marcus was a smart kid. Too smart for his own good, too smart for mine. He was 12 when he started asking questions. Why do you work so late, Dad? Why do those men come to the house? Why do you have so much cash? I lied. I always lied. He was 14 when he found a bag in my jacket. I told him I was holding it for a friend. He looked at me with eyes that said he knew, but he didn't push, not yet. He was 16 when he stopped pretending. He came to me one night, stood in the doorway of my office, and said words I'll never forget. Dad, I know what you do. I know what you are. I hit him. God forgive me. I hit my son. The only time in my life I ever raised my hand to it. I hit him because the truth in his voice hurt more than anything I'd ever felt.
He didn't cry. He just looked at me, touched his lip where it was bleeding. And in his eyes I saw something worse than anger, worse than hate.
Disappointment. He walked out, didn't slam the door, didn't yell, just walked away from me like I was nothing. That look haunted me, it still haunts me, because he was right about everything. The next 3 months I fell apart. Using more, selling less, fighting with Denise, avoiding Marcus. I was killing myself slowly and I didn't care. Part of me wanted it to end. Part of me was too much of a coward to end it myself. So I let the substances do it for me. It was a Tuesday night. I remember because Denise worked late on Tuesdays. Marcus was supposed to be at basketball practice. I had the house to myself. I went to the bathroom, did what I did every night by then. But this time I didn't measure, didn't care, just wanted to feel nothing for a while. Too much. I knew it the second it hit my bloodstream. My heart started racing wrong, pounding like it wanted to escape my chest, then stuttering, then stopping. I dropped, hit my head on the sink on the way down, ended up on the cold tile floor, staring at the ceiling, feeling my body shut down piece by piece. My last thought before the darkness was, this is what I deserve. 38 seconds. That's what the paramedics told me later, 38 seconds with no heartbeat, no breathing, nothing. Clinically dead on a bathroom floor, surrounded by the evidence of every bad choice I'd ever made. But here's the thing about dying. It wasn't peaceful, it wasn't quiet, it wasn't a light at the end of a tunnel. It was my son's voice. Marcus had come home early. Practice was canceled. He came in the house, called my name, got no answer, found the bathroom door locked. He broke it down. 17 years old. Broke the door off its hinges and found his father on the floor, not breathing, no pulse. He called 911 and then he started CPR, chest compressions like they taught him in health class, breathing into my lungs, pressing on my heart, trying to bring back a man who had given him every reason to let go. And he screamed. He screamed my name over and over while he worked on my chest.
Dad, don't you leave me. Don't you dare leave me.
I heard it. Somewhere in that darkness, in that nothing, I heard my boy calling me back.
When I opened my eyes, his face was the first thing I saw. Tears streaming down his cheeks, hands covered in blood from where I'd split my head open, shaking, terrified. He was 17 years old, a child, and he had just brought his father back from the dead. The paramedics arrived minutes later. They said Marcus saved my life. Said if he'd waited, if he'd hesitated, I would have been gone for good.
My son saved me. The son I'd neglected, the son I'd lied to, the son I'd hit. He saved my worthless life.
I spent 2 weeks in the hospital, then 3 months in rehab, the hardest 3 months of my life. Withdrawal is hell. Your body tears itself apart. Your mind plays tricks. You see things, hear things. Every cell screams for the poison. You've been feeding it. But every time I wanted to quit, I saw Marcus's face, covered in my blood, screaming my name. I couldn't let that be for nothing. Denise left me I don't blame her. She carried my secrets for 20 years, watched me destroy myself, watched me put our son in danger. She had every right to walk away. Marcus didn't leave. He should have. God knows he should have. God knows he should have. But he visited me in rehab every week, sat with me when I was shaking and sick, listened when I couldn't form sentences, stayed when everyone else was gone. One day, about 2 months in, I asked him why. Why are you here? After everything I've done, everything I am, why didn't you let me die on that floor? He was quiet for a long time. Then he said something I'll carry with me until my last breath. Because I saw you fight, Dad. When I was doing CPR, I felt you fight. Your body was trying to come back. And I thought, if he's fighting that hard to live, maybe there's something in him worth saving. Maybe my real father is still in there somewhere. I broke down, 53 years old, and I sobbed like a baby in front of my son because he saw something in me I couldn't see in myself, a reason to live. Recovery isn't a straight line. I wish I could tell you I got clean and stayed clean and everything was fine. It doesn't work like that. I relapsed twice in that first year. Twice I went back to the poison. Twice Marcus found out. Twice I saw that disappointment in his eyes. But he didn't give up on me. When I fell, he helped me back up. When I lied, he called me out. When I wanted to quit, he reminded me why I started. He was 17, 18 years old, carrying his father through recovery. That's not a weight any child should bear. But he bore it because that's who he is. Better than me, stronger than me, the man I should have been. I've been clean for 24 years now. 24 years since I touched the poison. 24 years since I sold it. 24 years of rebuilding a life I burned to the ground. It hasn't been easy. The community I destroyed doesn't forget. The people I hurt don't forgive. The families who lost sons and daughters to what I sold, they carry that forever. I carry it too. Every face, every name, every person I helped destroy, I remember them all. Some debts can't be repaid. Some sins can't be forgiven. All you can do is live differently, do better, try to put some good back into a world you filled with poison. Marcus is 41 now. He's a counselor, works with young people caught up in the same life I lived, helps them find a way out before it's too late. He took the worst thing about his father and turned it into his purpose. I go with him sometimes, to schools, to community centers, to rehab facilities. I tell my story, all of it. The ugly truth, the years of selling death, the years of using, the night I died on a bathroom floor. And I tell them about my son, the 17-year-old boy who broke down a door and brought his father back to life. Not because I deserved it, because he believed I could change. If that boy could believe in me, maybe these kids can believe in themselves.
I'm 71 years old.
I wasted 23 years selling poison. I wasted 15 years using it. I wasted decades lying to everyone I loved. But I've had 24 years of being clean, 24 years of trying to make amends, 24 years of being present for my son. It's not enough. It will never be enough, but it's something. If you're in the life right now, selling or using or both, I need you to hear me. You think you're in control. You're not. You think you can stop whenever you want. You can't. You think the people you love will always be there. They won't. One day you'll end up on a cold floor somewhere dying alone, and you'll realize everything you thought mattered doesn't matter at all. I was lucky. My son came home early. My son knew CPR. My son loved me enough to save a man who didn't deserve saving. You might not be that lucky.
Marcus is sitting next to me now. He wanted to be here for this. He wanted you to know that recovery is possible, that people can change, that it's never too late to start over.
He's a better man than I ever was, and I'm proud of him. Prouder than I've ever been of anything in my life. Not because of what he does, because of who he is. He saw the worst of me, the absolute worst, and he chose to see something worth saving anyway. That's not weakness, that's strength. I died for 38 seconds on a bathroom floor, but my son gave me 24 years of life. Every day I wake up is a gift I didn't earn. Every moment with my family is borrowed time. I don't waste it anymore. I can't afford to. If you're struggling, reach out to anyone, a friend, a family member, a stranger on a helpline. You don't have to die on a bathroom floor to start living. And if someone you love is struggling, don't give up on them, even when they give you every reason to. My son didn't give up on me, and that made all the difference. I asked Marcus once what he was thinking when he broke down that bathroom door, when he saw me lying there, when he started pressing on my chest. He said, I was thinking, I'm not ready to lose my dad. Not like this, not before he becomes who he's supposed to be. I'm 71 years old. I'm still becoming who I'm supposed to be, but at least now I'm trying.